All right. We're doing things at the last minute today. Good morning, everybody. Wow, it's not even telling me that I have nobody watching. What is going on? It's fine. Oh, there we go. Nobody's watching. Hello, anyway. I am Chloe. This is Rise and Rates. We're going to go for the next 2 hours. And right now I am trying to load my fancy Forest app. We'll see if this works. We may or may not have Forest app today. It's being grouchy. But I already tried to load it twice because I wanted to be prepared, but God forbid I'm ever prepared. So we'll see what happens in a minute. Oh, it is so grouch right now. That is so grouch right now. Let's try that one more time. I've never even seen it do that thing that it's doing. I was recommended BlueStacks as like what people use if they are gaming on Twitch, but the games that they are playing are phone or Android. That it's an Android emulator and it's great. And mine just crashes constantly. And I don't know. Maybe it's my computer. I don't know, but I'm using it for the dumbest thing ever for my pretty tree growing timer. And I can never get the damn thing to work right. But I like it because it fits my screen a bit better than that timer when it's just me. And also it's pretty. Hello, Courtney. So we're going to get this first sprint going in a couple minutes here. I don't know what I'm working on. I think I am working on my alien romance. I think that's what I'm going to do. I really need to be writing more stuff for Medium. But I haven't really thought about what I'm going to be writing for it, and I need to have something in my brain before I just jump into that. So I think what I'm going to be working on is Vela. That's certainly what is going to be starting this today. So one more time with Forest app. And hey, Miriam, thanks for joining. I feel like it's been a while. Good to see you again. Yeah, Forest app isn't even loading now. So I'm going to give this a second to figure out, but I have a feeling that I am not going to have my pretty forest today and will be using the old timer. In the meantime, what are y'all working on? I'm in the middle of writing a really extensive sex scene that makes me think. I streamed last night. Sandy and I were talking. She's read the first 5 episodes of this project. She's like, well, I mean, you said it's romance, but this is erotica. She hadn't even gotten to the sex yet. And now I am in that part, and it's all it's out of control. It's out of control. It's like it's gonna be 2 straight chapters of it. And Sandy's gonna read it, and she's gonna be like, "No, you cannot call this anything except erotica now." It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get the old timer up. I'm giving up on BlueStacks for today. And I keep telling myself, maybe I need to update it. Maybe it's out of date. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay. So we are going to put, good. 10 minutes is already on the clock. So we're going to do this little 10, and then we'll be doing 5s, 20s after that. I don't know. I just say random numbers now. We'll do 20s after that. But let's do this 10-minute warm up and see what happens. I'll see you guys at 16 past the hour. Hello, Shadow. Thank you for joining. Okay, time's up. Let me know how you guys did. I wrote a bunch of words. I didn't do math. I don't remember what I started at. I feel like I was in the 17s and I'm in the 20s now in this scene. I am writing this. So this is an issue that I have right now, right? Because I'm writing this for Vella. And I'm very much of the 2 scenes per episode mindset. It just is what it is. It's what always feels right to me. I don't like the idea of having a single scene as an episode unless it's a really extensive scene. But these episodes can only be 5,000 words. I'm already at 2,000 words on this. And I feel like it's got probably about 500 to 1,000 more, which kind of makes it a full-length episode. Like, absolutely. Like, I know people who are struggling to get over that. I think 800 is the minimum, 600 or 800. So, is this a whole new episode? It can't be. It can't be a whole new episode because it's just an extension of the previous episode, and I have to have some movement happening in the plot and not just their bodies. So this is going to be an interesting little section for me. But I'm also at like just a weird part in the plot. You know, you come up with those stories where what makes the plot work doesn't necessarily make it a good novel, if that makes sense. I'm really bad. Some authors in the romance genre and the steamy romance genre are really good at the high adrenaline into the romance scene, and then the romance scene like cutting off into like more action and just like having these really brief interludes jammed between insanity. That's never me. I guess it happens every once in a while, but usually they're taking a break and reevaluating the situation and, going to bed or whatever. But like, I don't have that high adrenaline. And when it's all over, they cuddle for a while before the action happens. So my scenes just always end up taking up a lot more space, I feel like, than other authors. And that's okay. Anyway, Shadow joined us during that sprint, or had right before we went. But I forgot your laptop was sick for a while. I'm glad you got it back. I feel like it was gone for a hot minute. And I say that because I haven't done that many shows lately. You haven't missed that much from me. Because I've only been doing, I haven't even been doing like both a morning and a night show every week. So I'm hoping that I am also back for however long I could keep doing these morning shows for. And I really got to get myself more motivated to like hop on every morning and do these. But welcome back. Also, Better Day Zellers joined us. Good morning. And Golden Hand has joined us over on the Twitch side of things. Thank you for joining. Is currently trying to make a logo for a fake imprint. I love it. I don't consider it to be a fake imprint though, unless literally like you're using it as like a marketing whatever thing. I certainly have my imprint logo that is like just me. It's my pineapple. I don't know if it's actually showing it's definitely showing on Twitch, but that is my imprint logo. And the fact that I am just me, I don't think it's fake. I feel like the significance of an imprint logo negates whether you're actually an imprint or not. Yes, mine is that pineapple with the little heart in it, is what I use for for anywhere that an imprint logo would go. Okay. Oh gosh, I just said it felt like a month. I bet. I don't know how I would do if I lost my laptop for a while. And that's with my other computer, but I rely on this laptop so much. I don't know how I do. And Miriam is having major plotting problems. No. I don't even know how version 2 is going to come out. Oh no, so you're doing a second round of plotting, right? It's been, again, like, I'm not doing enough shows, so I'm forgetting what everybody's doing. And I know I recently talked to somebody who is doing a complete, oh no, I think it was Courtney. Courtney, did you also recently just like redo a plot for something? But anyways, yeah, I just go with whatever I come up with, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't. I don't know. It always works out in the end. Um. Oh yeah, try borrowing the kids, but theirs wouldn't work for what I needed. Not enough space. Yeah, yeah. That's I. I have like 2 dinosaur laptops. I don't know why I don't just get rid of them, but yeah. If it's not the new one, it doesn't work. And I forget like how little space older computers have on them. I don't even think about space anymore, right? And then if I try to like add things to other systems, everything goes haywire. Anyways, oh, and hey Fauna, thank you for joining. Let's go ahead and do our next sprint though. Try to get these done in a reasonable time. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I need to do today. And all of it is stuff that takes a while, like baking a cake and making watermelon rind jam that like the amount of effort I need to put in is minimal, but like hours before these things are ready. So we're going to do 20 minutes, not 10. 20 minutes on the clock. It is 23 past. So we'll see you guys at 43 past. Okay, I'm 2 sentences from finishing this chapter, this scene, so sorry. This went longer than I thought it was going to. Okay, done. This chapter came in. Oh, this chapter came in at 25:40. I again have absolutely no idea how long, how many words I actually wrote during that sprint, but like finished scene. So it really doesn't matter how many words I wrote. I finished the scene, y'all. Let me know how y'all did. If you got work done, hello CB. Thank you for joining. We are at, let's see, it's 10:46 right now. So we should have 3 more sprints today. Is that right? I think it is. Although I feel like we've already done, have we done a 10 and a 20? I think we have. Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking we had done 2 20s, but we haven't. We've done a 10 and a 20, so this is right on pace. CB got 277 words. That's awesome. I quit writing this one because, again, I was worried about how it was going to work with the romance scene on Vela. And then my conversation with Sandy reminded me that, like, maybe I don't even need to be thinking about the romance scene, but just, like, the porn scene. But, so that makes me feel better about it. But, like, I had this issue because there's no... I'm sorry, I just got a weird email that I don't know why I just got it now. Anyways, I just need to not be looking at that right now. It was a pop-up on my screen. But anyways, so I'm worried because there's like no sexual tension, I guess, between them in the first 5 episodes. Which is why Sandy didn't realize that it was romance. Because there's like a glitch with him where he cannot feel romance for the first half of this thing. Or feel love, excuse me. So it certainly does not present itself as a romance. And I was worried that it was going to drive off romance readers. But I'm plowing through because, like, even if this doesn't work for Vela because it doesn't set up the romance fast enough, it's going to be a novel that I can publish, right? So here we are. Let's see. People did stuff during that sprint. Yes, Miriam confirmed that it was a 10 and a 20 that we've done so far. Shadow, no words, was sharing with a friend about the sprints. Awesome. Yay. I've definitely had a lot of sprints lately where I haven't actually been writing, but I've been doing other things that are sprint adjacent. Like it's fine. It's fine whether it's like promoting or helping somebody else with a plot issue that they're having. So, they can sprint. It's all sprinting. Miriam got no words, but ordered a book from Amazon, and now you must tell us what book it is. This just rules, right? Rules here. Courtney made breakfast and scrolled on TikTok. TikTok is so dangerous, right? I don't understand TikTok, and yet probably once a week, only about once a week, I will load the app on my phone and I'll just lose like 3 hours of my life staring at these things. I had a whole great big conversation with a friend today because she sent me one that had Ice Planet Barbarians tagged in it, which is an alien romance. That's not why she sent it to me. It was somebody talking about like ridiculous books that they read, but I had a good laugh at that. And so we had this whole conversation about, I don't like Ice Planet Barbarians, but people are obsessed with it. If you're into alien romance, because nobody in alien romance talks about it with people outside, unless you're me and like your entire writing career gets thrown online. But yeah, so I thought it was really funny that my friend who has no idea what Ice Planet Barbarians is sent me one that had it tagged in it. CB shared a bit of her writing. After Vienna, we went to Leipzig, and it was while we were there that the team fractured. Oh, is this your usual Marvel stuff? Is that the team that is falling apart? Fauna is almost done with the first frame. That's awesome. Good luck with that. And Shadow is going to look up recipes for mulberries and raspberries. Other than like the very obvious that it's a berry, I don't actually know what a mulberry is. But because I'm in Georgia, I'm going to be making watermelon rind preserves after this. So we all have our weird regional things, right? Yeah, TikTok. I recommend not having TikTok for exactly this reason. I don't really get anything out of it. YouTube, I guess the problem, the trade-off though between the two is that if I spend a half hour at TikTok, I've watched at least 30 different things, right? And on YouTube, I will absolutely spend 30 minutes watching, Trixie Mattel fight with an easy bake oven, just like a single episode. So I guess it's a trade-off. Golden Hand went down the true crime rabbit hole on Reddit. I don't Reddit either. I am obsessed with AITA, but I get it all through other things. And I follow Bone Apple Tea, the subreddit Bone Apple Tea. I don't actually go to it though. I just get like a daily recap in my email, and that's all I need. I just need to see like these phrases and not actually go to it. Miriam ordered A Touch of Darkness and From Blood and Ash. And from my local bookstore, I got Serpent and Dove. It's not my fault. There we go. It's all TikTok. It all goes back to TikTok. But if it is, if it's book recommendations, that's great. That's my problem right now, is that I started to do TikTok with the intent of advertising, but I have no idea how to do it. And of course, I'm also a cake decorator. So what is my default? I will show you cakes. And now I have cake followers. And even worse, my first cake was a really impressive American flag. And unfortunately, that attracted the wrong Americans. So this month I am devoting 2 cakes. I've only done that one so far. I've baked more cakes, but I haven't posted any. But anyway, so I've devoted this month to like making cakes that make it clear what side I lean, but also fun summer cakes. I don't know. But also like I don't want this to be a cake thing. TikTok, y'all. Okay, so this is actually Civil War. You're not inventing a new non-Civil War, but Civil War thing. I appreciate that. Oh, okay. A mulberry grows on trees. It looks like a blackberry without notable seeds. Awesome. And CB is going a little bit different. Oh, gotcha. So you can keep the romance going. Perfect. Laura has joined us, and we need to. Oh God, I need to sneeze. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, I hit that mute button just in time. Excuse me. I'm gonna start a sprint, and then I'm gonna go wash my hands, and I'm gonna do some writing. So, 20 minutes back on the clock. It's 10:54, so I'll see you guys at what 11:14. I'll see you guys then. Okay, time is up. Let me know how you did. I wrote 366 there. One day I'll get my pace back up. But like I'm okay with the pace that I've been going lately. I don't know. I say things like 366. I'm like, oh, but I'm writing, and that's the important thing, right? So it's weird. It's weird going from somebody who used to write 600 words in 20 minutes and then be at like 366 and say, I'm at peace with this, but I am. I guess just because I was in the slump for so long that I'm making progress and I need to focus on that, right? So during that sprint, we were talking a bit about my cake stuff. On my Twitch, or on my Twitch, on my TikTok. There's so many social media now. Anyways, I'm doing cakes. And I'm planning on doing my pineapple logo that we were talking about a little earlier. But I need a pineapple cap for it. And when we went grocery shopping, I bought a pineapple last week for exactly this purpose. And then I didn't get around to baking the cakes until yesterday. And the pineapple cap had already started wilting. I guess I had gotten one that was a little bit too ripe. Because I've definitely had pineapples last a lot longer than that. But it was wilty and sad, and I said I'll just get a new pineapple, and then there were no pineapples, so that cake is frozen and will be dealt with later. But CB said that would be really hard to do with fondant, the pineapple cap. You probably have to use the Rice Krispie treats and cover them in modeling chocolate or fondant. So I actually do know how to do this, and if you've ever seen it's the croque and boche, right? That is the actual structure where they do I'm blanking on all of these terms. I know all of these terms in my head and they're not coming out, but there's the tower of the little choux pastries that you throw spun sugar at. But you would make it like that, right? You would have a cone. That's not a gesture for a cone. A cone. And then you would make the leaves off of it. And you would probably have to use a blend of fondant and gum paste to get them to stay upright. I feel like if you tried to use modeling chocolate or fondant, they would probably wilt some. I'm not sure, but the good news is that like every time I've ever had to do a pineapple anything, like for work purposes, because I was working at a grocery store, we always just grab the damn pineapple off the shelf. Like we are not dicking around or trying to make this stuff when we can just throw a pineapple on it. And the cakes that I'm making, they're the Battenberg style where you slice it and there's a pattern inside it. With a Battenberg, it is a checkerboard inside it. But like obviously I'm doing other stuff, so it'll be a cake that looks like a cake, and then you open it and that's what's inside it. Kind of the reverse. I know that there was that big trend for a while of cakes that looked like things and then you sliced them open and it was cake. This is the reverse of that. On the outside, it's going to look like a cake, and then you open it and there's something else inside it. Anyway, so I'm just going to use a pineapple thing for garnish. Also, I've got a whole bunch of like gladioli and lilies blooming out front, so I was going to use those to garnish it to make it prettier. That's one's not happening now though because of this issue. So I'm going to be making a watermelon one, and that is going to look like a watermelon on the outside and also on the inside. Anyway, so CB has them roses from fondant. I used to teach how to make them. I like making them. It's been years since I've done it though. I just make roses out of icing now. And you've done a WWE ring cake for your cousin's 21st birthday. Is that what you use royal icing for? I actually love using royal icing, but a lot of decorators don't, so I understand your complaint. Every store that I worked at, if somebody wanted a royal icing thing, I was tapped in for it because nobody else knew how to do it. So I get it. And Golden Hand is getting back to work. Unsolved Mysteries will always be there. You got it in your hair. The nice thing with royal icing, though, is it cleans up pretty well. This is coming from somebody who's used to icing, like buttercream icing. Royal icing has no fat in it, so It cleans up a lot. It's not greasy. So for me, it cleans up a lot better, but I wouldn't want it in my hair either. CB wrote 140 words. Sonia, welcome. Wrote 78 words, but I've only been here for the last 6 minutes of the sprint. So you're doing great. We're going to do 2 more sprints today. We're going to be running a little bit behind. And oh, good. Shadow found a mulberry jam recipe. And let's see. Oh, hey, Carrie has joined us. Is on her lunch break. Managed to get some reports written. So awesome. Let's go ahead and do our next sprint so we're not running too far behind. Like I said, I do have this like busy day in front of me. So we are going to do 2 more sprints. We're going to run just a little bit past noon for me, but that's okay. We'll definitely be done by 10 after the hour. 2 more sprints, half hour. Okay, so 20 minutes on the clock. It is 11:20. I'll see you guys at 11:40. Okay, if my mouse would work, things would go better. Let me know how you did. I wrote, of course. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. I blew off the first, I think it ended up being the first 8 minutes of this. I made the mistake of checking a news site. There was actual news I wanted to share. What was it? Oh no. There was an actual interesting news story that I was going to say, hey, we're having the whole conversation about TikTok. Apparently they just announced that remember when Trump tried to cancel TikTok? I guess there was still stuff on the books for that. It's impossible to really know what was going on then. But apparently whatever it was has been officially removed. And the U.S. government is no longer half-heartedly attempting to cancel TikTok. So that was, I guess, good news or relevant news to what we were talking about. But then also, I saw an article about a TikTok. That's another weird thing that we live in now, where we have articles about TikTok posts. I don't know. It's super weird. Anyways, it was one of those stupid hacks. And this woman is talking about how instead of lifting her children up and into a shopping cart, she just lifts the flap up and they can go into the shopping cart that way. Where when you stack the carts together, they kind of flip up. You can just do that. And I mean, there's a validity to that. But part of this little article is about how a whole bunch of people were yelling at her about how you're not supposed to let your kids ride in the front of the carts. And her response is, well, clearly you don't have kids. You don't know how difficult it is to have kids in a grocery store. As somebody who worked in a grocery store for years and doesn't have kids, I can say that I don't know how difficult it is to wrangle kids in a grocery store. It looks pretty difficult. I could tell from the kids that are just running roughshod all over the grocery store. What I do know, though, is that probably 4 times a year, one of those carts flips over because people put their kids in the front, and shopping carts aren't meant to be rocked like that. And the kid usually injures himself or herself. And the mom usually tries to, threatens to sue the grocery store, and can't do anything because she broke the rules. And so don't put your kids in the front of shopping carts. I realize that it's easier to contain them that way. But those shopping carts absolutely do flip. But it is not a safe place to put children. And if you care about your children's safety, you should probably not put them in the front of shopping carts. But also, I question whether people actually care about their kids' safety, because of all the times I've had people tell me that their kids have life-threatening allergies, but actually don't care about cross-contamination. It's weird. People will say that their kids have a peanut allergy, and we'll say, well, then we can't give them anything that's in the store, in the bakery, because we use peanuts in the bakery. And they'll say, well, just make sure your stuff is clean and it's fine. That's I have strong feelings about this. Anyways, Laura shared a bit of her writing from that sprint. Skeletal hands of the trees cast jagged shadows from the full moon across the packed earth of a grave no one visits. Oh, now he will visit them. Lightning strikes the slab of a tombstone, cracking it in half. A ghostly scream echoes across the cemetery. Horse hooves stomp, leaving imprints in the freshly exposed loam above the interred. The headless horseman rides again. I really like that. Also, it reminded me, I saw an article recently about, I don't remember what country it is, but there's some country where if you die and nobody will do a funeral for you, they will do a funeral, like the country will do a funeral and will actually have like paid people, a poet and a musician, I believe, attend your funeral and perform at it, even though there's no one there, just as like to honor you. And that was really cool. Yes, Shadow, you're 100% correct. Any mom trying to sue is the one who is ridiculous. If you take a risk, you own the consequences. People don't believe that. And unfortunately, our legal system is messed up enough that occasionally people do get away with it, that they do something that is clearly marked as hazardous and they hurt themselves and they sue and they get away with it because like there's something wrong with the signage or whatever, that like it wasn't clear enough that it was dangerous. And so they get away with it. Like basically, if it's not common sense dangerous, as putting your kid in the front of a shopping cart is absolutely common sense dangerous, and that's why those lawsuits never go anywhere. But like our bakery has been sued on that exact thing that I said before about nut allergies, and the signage not being clearly posted. The signs are everywhere, but because it's not somebody verbally telling you and it's not common sense, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I have strong feelings about this. And for me personally, I won't make things for people who say that they have an allergy, but like it's safe to do this because I couldn't live with the guilt of something I produced killing a child when I knew that it could potentially be a risk. So yes. And Laura says, with there being 4 of us kids, there was usually one in the front of the cart, one in the seat of the cart, and 2 walking, I think. It's been forever. And I feel like back in the day, the signage would have been less clear, and also we used to do a lot. I mean, like, look at lawn darts, right? We used to literally throw darts at each other. Gigantic spears. We used to throw gigantic spears at each other. But as we go further, we do more to prevent stuff like that from happening. And also, I feel like there was a time not so long ago where we wouldn't have sued and we would have said, okay, well, I shouldn't have done that and I know better. I remember literally sitting in like the back dash, whatever that's called, in a car, like the rear windshield, that shelf that's at the rear windshield. I remember that being the spot where I sat in car trips for a while when I was basically a toddler. So like we did terrible things. It just you wouldn't sue over it. You accepted the risk. I don't know. Anyways, let's do our last sprint. Let's see. We're going to do 21 more time. It is 49 past here, so we are going to end at just shy of 10 past. So we'll do this last sprint, and then I will see you guys off on some other adventure. 20 minutes starting now. Okay, that is time, and that is the end of the show. Let me know how you did on that last sprint. I'm at 1143 on this scene, and I think I wrote 500 in the previous scene. So I got over 1500 this morning, and that is fantastic. I'm feeling very productive. I haven't in a while, so hopefully I can keep this energy going. Like I said, after this, I have to run to the store. And then when I'm back, I'll be breaking down that watermelon to get to the rind, and also, of course, to eat the watermelon. I love watermelon, but I need that jam to make my watermelon cake. I'll also be using the watermelon itself to flavor the cake. I'll be using some reduced watermelon juice as my water in the recipe. So that's going to happen. I just realized I don't know where my cake mixes are. That's okay. It's fine. But Courtney, I am really glad that you said, oh God, my mouse is freaking out, or I'd pull it up on the screen. Anyways, Courtney said she had watched Handmaid's Tale and was back to do work in the last sprint. I hope you got a little bit of work done. I am, my plan is actually to bring my laptop into the kitchen so I can watch Handmaid's Tale while I am breaking down that watermelon. So I'm also excited for it. CB, I was going to do chocolate chips, but I am super, super extra, and I want my slices to actually like slice so that you can see them in it. And I don't want it to be random and hope that some of them are in that area. So what I'm actually going to be doing is slicing the cake into layers. I'm going to be baking the cake in a bowl, slicing the cake into layers, and then in between the layers, piping circles of fudge icing in it with a rose tip, so it gets that wedge shape to it. So when you slice into it, you'll actually see little flecks that'll look like seeds. And there are actually rings going through it, but it will have that look of seeds right on the edge of it. And that's just because I'm a super extra person. So CB got 379 during that sprint. Fantastic. Sonia got 839. Very well done. Shadow washed his berries, and I support that. You didn't actually say what you were making with it. What are you making with your mulberries? Let me know. I'm going to end the stream in about 60 seconds probably, but I'm curious what you're doing with them. So that is everything for today for me. If you are looking for more streams, I'm pretty sure Cat Leo is streaming on both Twitch and Twitter until about 4 o'clock today. So that is currently running. Laura's comment, chocolate fudge seeds sound like the only kind of seeds for me. Yes. I'm hoping that because it is done that way, it's also not going to be too overpowering of a flavor, because watermelon is a really delicate flavor. So we'll see if it could work against me. It could work for me. We'll see. But like, I'm hoping that because they don't go in before the baking, that it's not quite as strong. I'm already like putting a lot of effort into keeping the watermelon flavor into this by making that rime filling jam. So we'll see. But yeah, so I am going to do my best to be on in this time slot tomorrow and the next day. I'd really like to get myself back into this because I do really well into this one, into this time slot. So hopefully I'll be back tomorrow or Friday or both. We'll see. But I do have a new book that is up right now on Booksprout and also Story Origin for ARC readers. That is Abe's Summer Vacation. It is the prequel novella for my Candy for Demons series. So if you are interested in starting the series or you've already read it, you can read it either at the end or at the beginning. It's fine for it. So that's going on. That book will be out on the 17th. And I've got 2 projects that are going to be up on Vela whenever Vela happens. That is what is going on with me. CB is going to the cinema on Friday for the first time in 15 months. That's really exciting. The last movie that I saw at the theater was Knives Out. And now I'm Googling to see when that was released. Of course, okay, so that came out September 7th. No, November 27th, 2019. So that all of 2020 and then 6 months of 2021, right? So it's been that long for me. I guess it's been 18 months for me. I believe that was the last one I saw. You're saying Sonic the Hedgehog, and I remember seeing previews for that Pokemon, but I believe Pokemon came out the summer of 2019. So yeah, it's been a really long time since I've been to the theater as well. I'm not really a theater person though. I have not. There was like probably I think a 6 year span where I had gone to the theater once that entire time, weirdly, to see How to Train Your Dragon in 3D. I don't know. Anyways, that is everything. I'm going to stop babbling now, let you guys go do other stuff. Hopefully I'll be here tomorrow. Look for me. I will do my best. You guys have a great day and get more work done. And I'll let you know how my watermelon cake goes.